Shalom and welcome to another episode of the Pure Hebrew Language. My name is Elder Rhymelab, and today we're going to deal with this term Apollyon, and we're going to find out exactly what this term Apollyon is in the scriptures, and just to put an end to this bullshit myth about Apollyon being some black angel lifting weights in hell, and when you die and you go to hell, he punches you in the mouth. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go right into the scriptures, because that whole issue about Apollyon is nothing more than a Roman Catholic Church doctrine. And when they gave it to that asshole, the Discomforter, what they had him do was they had him put a spin on it, and the spin that he put on it was when you go to hell, this guy's down there lifting weights, and then when you come through the doors of hell, he just punches you in the mouth, and that's how he greets you into hell. So we're going to dispel that bullshit myth, and we're going to go right into the scriptures. And the scripture that they like to use to promote this bullshit is the book of Revelation chapter 9 verse 11. Now we're just going to go straight to the point. We're not going to read all the way down, but we're going to go straight to the point and read Revelation 9 and 11. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon. Now this scripture right here is the scripture that they use to push that bullshit. And where anybody would get this fucking nonsense about some angel, black angel in a place called hell, lifting weights, and then when you come into the to hell, he punches you in the mouth. That's how he greets you. Where the fuck did they get that from? That's nowhere in the scripture. But that just goes to show the desperation that the international bankers would go to through the Roman Catholic Church to try to destroy the Hebrew Israelites, because of the fact that they know that we have the truth. That's the only reason why they infiltrated, because they know that we have the truth. But what they don't understand is that this is the Most High's program, and the Most High is going to stomp and squash their guts together. Alright, so let's go through this scripture and let's break it down. First and foremost, it says, and they had a king over them. Now the point here is king. Alright, this is a king. This is not talking about an angel. It ain't talking about a celestial being or an angel in the fourth dimension in the heavens. And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. Now this is where they get caught up, this word angel right here. Now let's go to the Blue Letter Bible, and let's go to the book of Revelation, the 9th chapter and the 11th verse, and let's find out what that word angel means in this particular verse, because the word angel has different meanings. Alright, here we go, which is the angel. Right now, when you go here, what do you have here? Angelos. Right? Now what does the word angelos mean? Well, let's scroll down and find out. Angelos means a messenger. Right? So you have a messenger. A messenger is somebody that gives you a message. Like today you have what? The post office. They send what? They send letters. They could send it by truck, they could send it by airplane, they could send it by boat, or however else they get it. Right? But in the ancient world, you didn't have a post office in the sense of what you have today, but they still had that same concept. Like you would have a guy that would take a message from one kingdom to the next, or you had a guy that would take a message from his master to another master. All right, that was a messenger, or like a mailman today, right? Then you have an envoy. An envoy was like an ambassador, somebody that was sent on a mission to bring either peace treaties or a truce between two kings, or between two nations, or whatever the case may be. One who was sent, once again, like a messenger. Then you have here an angel. So sometimes the word angel could be an angel, but sometimes it means a messenger, an envoy, one who was sent. And then you have here a messenger from the Most High, which would be like the prophets, the disciples, the apostles, the teachers of the Most High. Alright, so it has nothing to do with a spiritual entity. Alright, in this particular verse here, the word angel simply means messenger. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the Revelation. It says, and they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit. So now this bottomless pit, that's what they said they get the term hell from, but that's bullshit. the bottomless pit represents Europe. Because if you understand the whole book of Revelation, the 9th chapter, from the 1st verse to the 12th verse, it's talking about the different world wars that occurred I'm sorry, it's talking about World War One that occurred between 1914 and 1919. All right, that's why when you read the 12th verse, it says, "One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter." That was World War One, and World War One passed, and once World War One passed, you had two more woes. World War Two went by, in the 1940s. Then it says, moreover, and there come two woes more hereafter. Now, since we're on that subject, let's go to the book of Revelation 11 and 14, and it says the second woe is past, the second world war, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. You see, so this is talking about three world wars. Two world wars already passed, and one is still looming. We're in the midst of it, but it hasn't really sparked the final point, which is the destruction through thermonuclear destruction. So here, when it speaks about the bottomless pit, it's talking about Europe. And the reason why Europe is known as the bottomless pit is because no matter how far you dig down into the soil, there's a lack of mineral resources in that land, in the land of what they call Europe today. That's why they had to import from different. They have to bring in you have the import and the export. They have to bring in different substances or mineral resources, spices and all that from places like India, because there's a lack of mineral resources in Europe. So that's basically what this means. All right, and this particular king here, which if we have a chance we'll go into it, but this particular king is a guy by the name of Kaiser Wilhelm. All right, and if we get a chance we'll go into that. All right, so it says whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. All right, so now let's go back to the Blue Letter Bible, and let's go back to Revelation 9:11. It says bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon. The Hebrew tongue, Hebraisti. And then let's look up the word Abaddon. Let's see what the word Abaddon means. Right there. You say Abaddon. Right there, Abaddon. Alright? Now let's see what this word means. Abaddon, destruction. See? Ruin, destruction. The place of destruction. But now when you go a little further down, this is the bullshit that they put in here. The name of the angel prince of the infernal regions, the minister of death, and the author of havoc on earth. Which like the second part of this definition is correct, where it speaks about the minister of death and the author of havoc on the earth, because that particular minister of death and author of havoc on the earth was the World War One was started through this man. The Illuminati, the Rothschilds, used this guy Kaiser Wilhelm. See, who's who? Kaiser Wilhelm II. They use him to set up that World War One. Through the bullshit, through the lie of the death or the assassination of the King Ferdinand, I believe his name was Archduke Ferdinand. If you read through the history, they break it down for you. Alright, so they use that as a pretense for this so-called world war. Alright, so now as you read on down in this article, there's a point here that goes into it, and it basically shows you how